Hi, my name is Kay, and I'm going to be your coach today. This is a platform for new teachers who need that extra support. This is a place that you can come to get that extra resource and that extra insight that you did not get from the teacher credential program. So, first, I would like you to go behind that desk or go into your kitchen and get yourself a cup of coffee. As we know, we always have coffee, or a cup of tea. I'm your coach, and today I want to talk to you about why we're here. A lot of times, we are sent into the classroom with just a roster and are asked to go in the classroom and figure out what to do with those 24 kids. Now, it can be overwhelming. So, I would like for you to come to my channel if you need any extra support around parenting, parent engagement, literacy lessons, reading lessons, how to support children during math, because this is why I'm here. First, let me talk about my background. I've been an educator for over 20 years. I started in a classroom, actually, going back, correction. I started in a little closet teaching English language learners right after I graduated from college. Then my mentor encouraged me to start and join the teacher credential program. And right after that, I was hooked. But I'm telling you, there were moments where I felt I needed something just like this. Back then, we had a book called Harry Wong's First 100 Days of School. And what I learned once I got into the classroom is different from what that book actually was instructing me and what the teaching credential program was instructing me. So today I want to talk about a topic that a lot of teachers really want to have information on. And the topic is parent engagement. How do I get parents involved? How do I get parents to come into my classroom? How do I get not just all parents, how do I get my parents of color to be involved and support students? So first, let's go back. First, let me take my sip of tea or your coffee. How do I get parents involved? A lot of my philosophy had to do with who I was when I came in the classroom. In my country of birth of Zimbabwe, we have an understanding and the value that the school is an extension of the family and the community. Okay, so parent involvement looks differently in different places. Let's talk about what is even involvement. For some families, parent involvement means going to the school and being part of the PTA. In some families, parent involvement means giving my child breakfast, making sure they have pencils in their backpack, and making sure they show up in the classroom. So just because a mom or dad or guardian is not in your classroom does not mean that they do not care or they're not involved. Some families have multiple children. Some families have multiple jobs. Some families work 60 hours a week. But them not being in your classroom does not mean that they do not care or are not involved. Today, we're going to talk about 3 ways to engage families in your classroom. The first one being my top favorite, Halloween Day. It's already a chaotic day anyway in a teacher's career. This is the most interesting day in the teacher's career. But what you notice and what I noticed as a classroom teacher was that is the day you get the most parents at a school. So if you want to talk to little Susie or little Johnny's mom or auntie or granny, the best way is to plan on Halloween. Now, I don't mean They come in their classroom, you start talking about their little Johnny as everybody's looking for their helmets or their Spider-Man straps. I mean, that's when you actually make a connection with them. Hello, Mr. So-and-so. Hello, Mrs. So-and-so. Hi, can we please schedule a conference next week? Or just saying hello, how are you? Can you please help that student with their Spider-Man, I keep going back to Spider-Man, with that princess makeup. Can you please help them with that? May you please help them get their basket for the Halloween parade? That is how you get them involved, because you're making a personal connection with the family. So first, involve them in Halloween, because that's when you're going to find the most families attending your classroom, bar none, compared to any other activity at school. Because you know, schools have those little parades and people want to see their little Susie walk down wearing their Ariel costume. The second way to involve families is engaging with them beginning of the year as part of a meet and greet. At the beginning of the year, face it, everybody's excited about being at school. Everybody wants you to know that their little Holland is the most special and precious child. So they're most likely are going to be engaged, involved at the beginning of the year. Schedule those beginning of the year conferences. I know this started as part of the pandemic when school districts were having teachers meet with individual families on Zoom. Now let's continue with that tradition. Many times, but I'll say you may have that one family you have to reschedule with, but families want to know who you are. And especially if you're giving a one-on-one platform, they will show up. They will want to talk to you about their child. They will want to show you that they care about their child. In my entire career, I have never met one parent who did not care about their child. Now, the final the final way to engage families in your classroom is to invite them for birthdays. Now, I know school districts after the pandemic have different policies around food in the classroom. So, those goodie bags may have a little pencil. Or maybe the family does not want to bring goodie bags or are not able to bring goodie bags. Invite a parent to come and do a read aloud in the classroom as a way to involve them in celebration of their child. Everyone wants to celebrate their child in the classroom. So you are most likely able to get parents to come in your classroom as part of a birthday celebration. So I talked to you about 3 things and 3 ways to involve parents in your classroom. The first one being Halloween. Invite families to your classroom. The second one, doing a beginning of the year meet and greet. And the last one is involving families as part of a birthday celebration. Reach out to them, message them, do the best you can to talk to them. That first impression is everything. Parent involvement is about connection. I go back to the initial comment I made that in Zimbabwe, and a lot of places I've been to here in different districts, parent involvement has to do with the school being an extension of the family and schools not working in isolation. So I hope that these 3 things were able to help someone. I'm going to end with the word Jakanaka, and in Shona, it means all is well. Bye-bye.